Be ready. 15 seconds to go. 5 seconds to go. Sir, it is some time, nearly 3 months, since I had the opportunity of speaking in this House at length on the provisions of this bill as it was originally presented to the Lok Sabha. Honorable members may recall the general discussion on the floor of this House and the appraisal which was given to the bill. During the period that the bill has been before the Parliament, it has been subjected to a wide variety of comments by individuals and institutions representing various shades of opinion. These have all been taken into consideration, and after due deliberations, certain amendments were proposed by the government. These have been considered and incorporated in the bill as passed by the Lok Sabha. Honorable members are undoubtedly aware of the various provisions of the bill as originally introduced. The provisions were explained briefly in the explanatory memorandum issued by my ministry and circulated to honorable members. A further note explaining the various taxation proposals in greater detail was also subsequently circulated. I will not therefore weary the House by going into these provisions again, and shall therefore dwell chiefly on the salient features of the amendments that were incorporated in the bill during its passage in the Lok Sabha. Sir, so far as personal taxation is concerned, the main emphasis of the critics has been against the lowering of the exemption limit on personal income tax and the reduction of the income tax burden on the higher slabs of income. On these points, I have been at pains to explain the objectives of our taxation policy. I had mentioned in my budget speech that the main reason for reduction in the existing rates at the higher levels of income was that in practice very high rates of direct taxation at the top brackets of income tend to erode the tax base and encourage tax evasion. It is no doubt true that the maximum rate of income tax and super tax applicable to the top brackets of income is proposed to be reduced from about 92% to a little less than 77% for earned incomes and 84% for unearned incomes. But this reduction in marginal rates is not to be viewed in isolation. Under the tax pattern. Income tax does not stand by itself, it is supplemented by the wealth tax and the expenditure tax. Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, I am thankful to you for providing me time to express my views. There is no doubt that this year the country confronted the most terrible drought of the century. Out of the 35 meteorological divisions in the country, 21 divisions have been affected by drought. Some areas were affected by other natural calamities also. Thanks to this department and its officers and staff who met this situation successfully. Our Prime Minister said that nobody in the country will be allowed to die of starvation. There is no doubt about it that this concomitant effort has been translated into action. It is a different thing if we make criticism, but the good job done by this department cannot be belied. Our Prime Minister said that we will not allow inflation to cross two digits. The whole credit goes to this department, which adhered to the assurance given by the Prime Minister. This year, the rate of inflation has increased by 8.9%. It may be recalled that drought had occurred in some areas in 1979 also. At that time, the rate of inflation had gone up by 21.8%. If you go through the work done by our government, you will find that difference. The truth cannot be belied. I agree with you that there are hardships before us, but it is also true that this department has made efforts to remove these hardships. At the time this problem confronted the country, we had 23 million tons of food grains in our stock, but now the stock has declined due to concerted efforts of our government, the farmers, and the scientists. The Rabi crop, especially wheat, has been very good. Now, it is necessary for us to make maximum procurement. We should ask the state governments and cooperative institutions to procure more and more wheat. The government should also reconsider its decision about fixation of the price of wheat at rupees 175 per quintal, because whenever there is a hardship, the price rises. I do not want to repeat the points made by my colleagues. I request the government to pay attention towards the price factor also. At present, the biggest problem before us is that the allocations of food grains made to the states are held up at the state level.